Okay. Hey, Tim. Okay, so here we are. This is the baby. It was a lot of fun to bring this back. It took a lot of work because of previous work that had been done that wasn't very good, wasn't very skilled, and we talked about that. Your here for an example. This is part of your crystal. Uh, this is a chunk of your crystal gasket, and it had been just like, I don't know if it was chopped in pieces or if it just had ripped apart, but it was like glued in place. It was crazy. Here is your old caseback seal. It's just plastic, flat as garbage. Here is what's left of your crown seal, and you can see that it shattered when I was getting it out. Here is what's left of part of your movement ring spring, which was just rusty and gross. There's part of that. And here is your old indicator ring, which is all hacked up and chopped up. It literally had, it doesn't really matter because it's in bad shape. It's like somebody took like a razor blade or something to it. And I'm still going to, probably when they were futzing around with this thing, they had the crystal out and they were slashing away at it. So, junk. Here's your old crystal. Lots of fun. I had some interesting things to do. Seiko had two versions of this ring, two different versions, ever so slightly different. They made changes because the Seiko changed the dial ring from early to late, and so externally these rings are exactly the same. Internally, they're slightly different. And so what one thing I actually had to do, which wasn't on your invoice because I didn't charge you for it because it doesn't really mean that much of a big deal to me, but you should know anyways. I had to change your dial ring. This is a second gen one. I had to put a first gen one back in because the ring I had for this watch was a first gen ring, a first gen indicator ring. So I had to put in a first gen dial ring. So this is a second gen. This is yours, but I didn't charge you for that because I have lots of both. I just swapped one for the other. That's just what needed to happen in order for the watch to work correctly. In case, there it is. Look, it's all clean. All clean, nice and bright. Your orange bridge and everything are all still in place. Happy watch now. I had to really do some cleaning to get the corrosion. When this movement ring spring rusted, it just impacted everywhere all the way around here, and I really did have to get some cleaning done in order to make that correct. It took time, but I was able to get it done. The amazing thing was, of course, that your movement was not actually in that bad a condition. For the life, it's been a working watch, and for the other things going on, we could have expected to see far more serious issues with the movement, but I didn't. And there it is. So this is like my half-step Vintaloom that I put on here. So this isn't like a full-blown, blazing, crazy, burn your retinas out of your eyes glowing loom. It's like a half glow. It looks like a vintage loom. It does have a glow you can see at night, but not a ton. It looks a little yellow orangey, but that's because the color of the dial coming through the loom. When you see, say, that this hand is over this part, the loom becomes more like this color, which is original. This spot, this indicator, the pip, you can see that looks brighter. That's because this is a new old stock ring, and it simply looks brighter. But there it is in all of its glory. I did not paint the sweep. I know we talked about that, but I did not do that. And there it is. Everything's all cleaned up. It's a happy watch. Ready for the wrist. And that's about it. Thank you, Tim. Okay, bye-bye.